Is it recording?
Sure is.
Hey guys, we are going to do an MCU Spider-Man Recap. Since the new movie is literally coming out this weekend. Wait, this weekend? Yes, Thursday. So we watched all of the movies last weekend or last week, something like that.
Last week.
And rewatching them, I have some thoughts. And yeah. So this is going to be sort of a, hopefully we can make this quick because I want to do a really quick recap of the movies, plus our thoughts on the old movies, and then what's to come for the new movie. So, you want to start? The first movie?
Yep. So we got Spider-Man Homecoming first. That came out in 2017.
Now, watching this back, really did not like this movie that much. I personally thought it was just lacking so much. Like, compared to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, it just has no... Like, it's not a movie that it doesn't feel, like, nostalgic in any way. And I don't think it ever will. I really don't. Because I'm like... It has good things about it, but it's just lacking so much for me. And you felt the same way, right?
Yeah, so... Homecoming... I'm going to go back a bit because I saw Homecoming in theaters when it came out.
I did not. Because I wasn't into anything Marvel until we got together in 2018. And he kind of made me watch all of them because he wanted to go watch Endgame together. So that's when I got into all of them. I wish I would have gotten into it sooner because I love it. But so I think I watched this either by myself or I watched it with you.
No, you watched it by yourself at first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So, yeah, Spider-Man in the MCU gets his first entry in the MCU. This is a movie that, when it came out, a lot of people were like, oh my god, this is the best Spider-Man ever. And at the time, I was like, there was always... I don't know, I always felt like there was something missing in it. I thought it was good. I never thought it was bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It just is
and I
lacking
enjoyed
so much.
it.
Yeah.
And I liked Tom Holland. I
He's a
liked him
great
in Civil
Spider-Man.
War.
It's not him that makes it.
But there was just something like... And I think when we watched it again... There's like something just missing. It's like I don't feel like I could connect completely to this Spider-Man.
Yes.
Like it felt like a microwaved Spider-Man story, and like we're just gonna go into it. Like we're not gonna worry about the origin, which I understand. Like this would have been the third Spider-Man in 15 years.
But I think that it literally needed that.
It needed something.
Like, it needed an origin story. Even if it was just a couple flashbacks to him getting bit by the spider. And, like, even if it had just been that.
And it didn't even...
That would have added so much.
It didn't even need to show Uncle Ben. If we just understood Peter as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And why him becoming Spider-Man is you know, something like, yeah, I think we go into this movie on the assumption it's like we know why he's Spider-Man and we know he has these things, but it's like you still have to establish this character, and that's something
he's not them,
because
it's his own character, and we just never get anything.
Perfect example, like Into the Spider-Verse. Miles' story is very different Into the Spider-Verse than any other Peter Parker story.
And when they show him getting bit, I love that scene. Like, of him, like, I love that they showed it in Spider-Verse. Every other Spider-Man movie has showed it, but this one.
And the whole movie
And the thing is that every single movie we've had, they're all kind of different. Mm-hmm. And his could have been slightly different, and it would have been entertaining. Unlike, Batman, where it's always the exact same. They never switch it up. It's usually... the exact same scene. But Spider-Man, it's always a little bit different. So they definitely could have done that, and they just did not. And for me, that is where the movie is like lacking. I can't really connect to him as well as I could the other ones because of that. It's kind of just like we're thrown into the movie in his life, and like, oh, here he is. He's already Spider-Man.
It really does try and like. I think a lot of the movie spends a lot of time going like, hey, we're in the MCU, by the way. Like, here's characters from the MCU that you know.
Yeah.
Here's this thing that you recognize from the MCU. Some of that I think is cool, and I think it does work for certain characters, like the villain in particular, who I do think works for the most part. And my only issue really is that he kind of gets wasted, in my opinion, in the end. But like the Iron Man struggle, like I understand why, because Iron Man is like the main character of the MCU. But if we had, I don't know, I just think if we just had more understanding of why this Peter wants to prove it so much to Tony Stark.
Yes. Well, okay, but for me,
could have paid off a little bit more.
But for me, I hate that his character is so reliant on Tony Stark. I do not like that. I don't like that Tony provides the suits, everything. Like, he's a mentor to him. Like, why? I don't really like that because I'm like, I understand it, but I don't. I'm like, I just don't feel like, because it kind of takes away from Spider-Man as a character. It's kind of like, well, he has the powers, but because everybody else, he's able to do something with it because they give him the suits, they provide him, how to do everything and teach him how to fight and all that. And it's like, but he doesn't do anything on his own, and I don't like that. Besides, what does he have?
I mean, the argument, I guess, would be that's what the purpose of the trilogy as a whole is that the home trilogy is actually his real origin, which we'll get into when we get to the other movies. So I guess that would be the argument is that, he has to learn to become Spider-Man after technically being Spider-Man. It's like, reverse origin story.
I don't like the reverse origin story. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't.
It's one of those things where the MCU didn't think they would ever have Spider-Man, and now they do. So now they're like trying to adapt it. So like
they're just like speed running and getting him into the MCU.
There's reasons why, but regardless of the reasons, like to me, it suffers as a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Like when people were like, "This is the best Spider-Man movie we ever had," I'm like, guys, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2 was right there. Like, even though Spider-Man 3 is a freaking mess, like, that to me, the emotional stuff in that movie, like, felt more like a Spider-Man story, even though that was doing too much.
Yes.
Like, even the first Amazing Spider-Man, I enjoy. The second one, I think, is hot garbage. But the first one, I enjoy.
There's still something about
there's still a lot of
that you
those
can
types
enjoy,
of Spider-Man things.
Yeah, like, and every time I see clips, I'm like, ooh, I want to watch that again. Whereas this one, I'm just like,
okay. I mean, again, Vulture, Michael Keaton, just to get
great.
On a positive.
I love him. Yes, I love his villain.
Is great.
I do like his villain. I think
how he connects in the overall story. I think I remember when this big reveal where he's the dad of the crush. Mm-hmm. That was a moment that everyone was like, "Oh shit!" Like that got a reaction.
And I like that
moment.
Theater. I like that, but I also don't like that. Like it reminds me of like I was talking like Invincible, where it's like he's got this crush on this other girl.
Yeah.
And then he's just kind of like the next movie is just kind of like, nah, she moved away, and now I've got a new crush, and I'm completely in love with MJ.
Well, that happens.
Like, what?
Yeah, that happens.
I hate that, though. Like, Invincible's the same fucking way, and I hate that about Invincible.
Yeah.
I hate the love. It's like, that is just, we didn't need
teenage
that.
drama stuff.
It could have just been just went to prom with her. Like, he could have just literally went to prom with her. It didn't need to be some big crush on her, and like, oh, I can't date her because her dad's the evil guy. It's like, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of stupid.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the melodrama type stuff. Like that's kind of you get that sometimes, but like the scene in the car where it's them and like the intensity of that, where Michael Keaton's Vulture is like figuring out, and like that's a really good scene, and that is like, okay, this is kind of giving me something to really get engaged in. But the rest of the movie, I thought, even at the time, I thought it's good, but like I thought people were just really into the hype because it was like we're finally getting Spider-Man in our MCU.
I should have taken notes because I had so much to say.
Yeah, to me it does lack
Yeah.
that like heart.
It lacks heart very much.
Um,
Even with like his aunt, it's like I don't really feel that much towards their relationship because it's
Because
just
his
not
aunt-
really that much of a
because his aunt is just
relationship.
hot. That's
yeah,
kind of
like
the only
she's just
thing.
there and people think she's sexy.
She's
it's like,
hot. Like the subversion is that this,
And I don't
this
like
Aunt
that.
May is younger and more attractive.
Yeah,
whatever.
she's attractive, and it's
Okay.
like there's no
but-
real because even because she dies in the next movie, right?
No.
She dies in the first one.
No, she doesn't. She dies in the third one.
We watched 3. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a trilogy. It's a trilogy.
Cut this. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, we're gonna have to edit that one out.
She dies in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because it's like throughout 3 movies, I never feel like their connection.
Yeah, there's a few scenes in this one where you kind of get a little bit of the, mom-son type dynamic. But yeah,
Yeah.
And I guess if we really look back on it, like in the old movies, like how much was Aunt May really involved in? Like maybe not that much either, but you didn't feel that way. You felt like her presence was there throughout. Just certain scenes I remember, and especially like Spider-Man 3, there is a scene with the two of them, like Toby talking to Aunt May because he said he's going to marry MJ, and Aunt May gives her wedding ring to engage. Like that scene, like there's nothing like that or equivalent of that. Like this is why Peter is instilled with these principles and these beliefs. Like there's nothing that really grounds him in that way that we get from her other than like a couple pep talks and stuff, which I like the pep talks, but there's not really much of it. There's like the one, I can only think of like the 1 or 2 car scenes before like the party, and I think at the end of the movie, and then the big joke like end reveal where Aunt May figures out, he's standing in the room coming back from outside and he's in the costume, and she's like, what the, and that's when it ends. So it's like they're like, oh, that's how she figures out. It's just a funny joke, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah, there's it's not bad. It's good, but is it a great Spider-Man movie? I don't think so, and I think it's one that is not aged particularly well in my opinion. And I was never particularly high on it to begin with. So to me, it's had diminishing
And before we
returns.
move on to the next movie, I want to say too, I really don't like the use of CGI in these movies.
Very noticeable.
Like it's so bad, it's so noticeable. I'm like, was that motherfucker ever even actually in a suit? It looks like CGI the entire time.
It's
And
a lot of CG.
maybe it's practical in some scenes,
it
but I just
doesn't get
can't
better.
tell. But it just looks like total CGI.
It doesn't get better.
No,
because
it gets
the other
worse.
movies
It gets worse.
triple down
And
on
I
it.
want to say, I think that's what's so nostalgic about the Amazing Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire ones, is that everything's practical effects.
For the most part, there
And
is CG.
there's CGI, but there's a lot of practical
But,
effects
yes.
that.
Like Doc Ock,
I mean, the fact that that's not CGI
all
is insane.
practical,
And I think
or mostly practical.
I think if they used more practical things, the movies would also feel more nostalgic because I personally love the practical effects over CGI. Like, we watched The Mandalorian and Grogu, which not a lot of people liked or went to see, but let me tell you, that movie feels nostalgic because they used so many practical effects and actually made all those props and actually made that little ship with the little guys in it, which I thought was so cool. And you can tell it's not CGI. You can tell it's a real practical, thing, a set. So I wish that, because even like there's a scene, is it the last one where him and MJ finally actually kiss, or which one is that? The second one? I think it might be the second one.
The second one.
And it's like they're not even actually kissing. That is CGI. It's like, why? I just think there's so many things in there that's just like, why the hell is this CGI? Like, literally, why is this CGI? So that's my biggest issue with it, honestly. But you want to move on to the second movie?
Yeah.
start.
Are you wanting to do like a rating for it or something?
The first movie?
Yeah. Just as we go.
Like
through.
out of 10? Or what do you mean?
Yeah, you can do out of 10 or however.
Out of 10, I give it a solid 5. 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm.
It's not good.
I'm probably
it's not bad.
giving it a 6, or I'd probably give it a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5. There's obviously a lot I love about it. Like, I love Tom Holland Spider-Man. I really do. I love the friendships. I love him and his friend Ned. I think
at the time the movie came out, I might have given it like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
But
watching it back, I'm like.
But to me, it has not aged as well.
Yeah. What? Go on to the second movie.
Second movie is one. So, talking about the first movie, how I didn't agree with a lot of people. The second one, I guess I was in a similar camp because I really like Far From Home, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people hate Far From Home. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, it's the most overhated Spider-Man movie of all time.
It's much more enjoyable.
I've really enjoyed Far From Home.
Because I think in Far From Home, it's like you don't need the origin story, so it's kind of like
right.
It makes sense for it to just be a story.
It's just
with the bad guy.
It's just another weird, crazy adventure story with Spider-Man. Now, there's still issues with the movie. Like, there is a lot of, like, weird plot stuff where it's like a lot of this would only happen if Nick Fury, like, wasn't actually Nick Fury, you know? Like, because it's not actually Nick Fury, like, things take place that, like, Mysterio would have never known that this was a Skrull, you know? So it's like, if this was the actual Nick Fury, like, this would have been snuffed out, like,
I think it's funny,
way sooner.
I think it's funny, too, how this movie set up,
the multiverse stuff.
Well, the multiverse stuff, but also
but didn't actually.
The show with Samuel.
Oh, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasions.
Yep.
And it really did a lot of setting up for that show.
And the Marvels.
And then that show was fucking awful.
Yeah.
Literally awful. I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even pay attention.
Yeah. There's a lot of things like that, but I had such a fun time.
Yes.
With, like, the fact that this was overseas.
Yeah, and I like, too, how, like, you know, it really shows Spider-Man's character where he keeps, you know, he's so gullible and believing people.
Yes,
and,
very trusting.
Yeah, he's just so trusting and too nice to, like, realize people are doing him dirty and tricking him.
Yeah.
So, I like that, too, because...
Yeah, and, like, the whole Edith thing is kind of silly as well. Like, why the hell would Tony Stark just, like, give him this pair of glasses?
Yes.
That has access to all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of just kind of goofiness, and I understand why that might be ridiculous, but I also... those types of stories for Spider-Man, like, for me, can be the most enjoyable because Spider-Man has to figure that out and has to learn something about himself or someone else. And so how we got there maybe isn't the most, you know, concise thing, but, like, I had a blast. Like, it's fun. There's great action. I love Jake
Gyllenhaal in it also.
The villain, honestly, I will say this trilogy, the villains are pretty damn good.
I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I love him because his villain feels like, you know...
It was adapted very well.
Yeah, like, he's not just like, I'm an evil guy because I'm evil. Like, he tries to be his friend and be on his side and play kind of stupid, and I like that. Mm-hmm. I think that's different from just a...
And they did have a connection. He did have a connection to Iron Man with his technology, so they made the MCU connection. But that was like, okay, that to me worked a little bit more. Like, you gave us a little bit more compared to Homecoming of, like, why it was this way. And that whole sequence, like, I forgot about how great that sequence is with Mysterio at, toward the end with the whole illusion when he's in the bandit and he's doing all... Like, that is, like, peak Mysterio stuff. And I was like, wow, they really went crazy. I mean, yes, a lot of it's CG, of course, but watching that in the theater... I actually watched that movie twice in theaters. Watching that in the theater was awesome.
With me and then with who?
My friends.
Oh, okay.
The first time, because you were out of town, I think. But... yeah, like, that whole sequence is just awesome. And... Yeah,
I actually really like it. I like that one a lot. I do.
Yeah, it's fun. So, I really like that one. A lot of people really hate it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why, but they do. But I really like it, so...
And then obviously this one sets up him and MJ. Like,
yes. Another thing to mention on that, too... It was a little weird going from the first movie, and he never really, like, paid much mind to MJ to, like...
Oh, I'm in love with
now
her.
He wants to ask her out.
I want to be with her so bad, and I want to ask her out. Yeah, I've got a huge crush on her.
And I'm trying to remember, like, the movie in between the first one and the second one was Infinity War, and so it wouldn't have involved any of those characters. So it was, again, a lot of off-screen stuff where you're kind of connecting the dots, which I get, but like I would still like this version to establish something more.
Yeah, because
just
then
so we understand.
And it's because when they don't do that, it's like I have no connection to them because I never saw it happen. It's just kind of like, well, they're in love.
Yeah, well, it's like MJ and it's Peter, so you know
they like each other.
It's like
and they
I
date.
know I get that, but like you still, if you're gonna end up having them together, why does this particular version of Peter care about this particular version of MJ? Even, and again, I'm not asking for an hour, just give me a little bit.
Even like a couple minutes. Like they could kind of show that pretty quickly if they really wanted to. They just don't.
Yeah. So there are some things, but I still had a blast. Maybe some people don't like the multiverse fake out. I was fine with it because I thought them trying to introduce the multiverse in a serious way that early. So like this was the movie that came out immediately after Endgame. So like Endgame came out in like spring of 2019, and then in summer this was like the epilogue of that saga, the Infinity Saga. Mm-hmm. So it was like people were like, "Yeah, you need to do multiverse now," and it's like I did not want them to go into the multiverse that quickly, and they didn't. They kind of do a fake out. So maybe people don't like that, but I thought Mysterio using that to his advantage, I thought that was perfect. So yeah, overall, I would give this one like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I would agree. I actually like it, and I love Mysterio.
Yeah,
I really like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Again, downside is such a cool villain. They've used him. He's gone. He's dead. Well, maybe he's not dead.
I don't think he's dead.
Maybe he's dead, but they've so far played it like he is.
Yeah. It
is Mysterio. You never know. He there could be some crazy illusion going on, but I don't think they're going to go back to the Mysterio back for a little while. So that does suck. But and the ending of this movie also leaves on a great cliffhanger where his identity gets revealed, and this does set up our third movie in the trilogy. Yes. So that's a big part of it as well. So, yeah.
So now we can transition into the third movie, which...
No Way Home?
Yes, I knew there was 3.
Starts off.
Now, this movie, I was like, will it hold up as much as it did the first time we watched it?
I was a little worried about that.
But it very much holds up. It's so good. It's still really good. I think if you're going to rewatch one before watching the new one, at least rewatch that one. Because it really just holds up. It's so good. I guess the only thing I will say is, again, I mean, I just feel like MJ's not really incorporated that great. I feel like, I don't know. Their love is kind of... Because, like, now she doesn't remember him, and the next one's, like, a lot about them re-finding each other. And it's like, well, we barely saw their relationship. So, I don't really feel that connected to their relationship. I honestly think she dies in the next one. So, I guess it doesn't matter that much. But
yeah. So, yeah, to go into No Way Home, I guess we can also kind of go back in time a little bit when this came out. So, the hype was also, obviously... huge on this one because of what was being leaked and then what was being shown.
Which is unfortunate because watching it back, I was like, if we had known nothing, that movie, it would have been even better. It would have been even better. Because there's just so many amazing cameos in this movie, and it works so well. They all work so well in this. They're all incorporated so well. And I think the way that they got them into... this universe was really well done also. It didn't feel really random. It was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Now, there's other things that Sony does with the result of this that makes no sense.
That makes no sense, but this did make sense.
This, because there is a direct tie into the Sony-verse with this movie, but, yeah, I mean, the thing was the trailer, they show Doc Ock, and then they show the goblin bomb, the pumpkin bomb in the trailer. So the moment you see that, you know that the Spider-Man are going to show up. Like, there's no way you're bringing their villains and not
Sorry to keep yawning.
bringing them, right? Like, there's just no way. But if they had played this as something else, maybe played it more like Doctor Strange is maybe the antagonist, or some weird shenanigans there, and then we just get completely caught off guard. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess the leaks maybe would have ruined it anyway because people can't help themselves. But like, I feel like this upcoming movie, we really don't know much of anything,
which is amazing. Because,
which I think is great.
Like, I don't know who Sadie Sink is going to be.
Yeah.
It's either Jean Grey or it's Gwen Stacy, and I don't know.
For me,
I honestly
it's like
don't know.
The marketing is a damn Spider-Man movie. Like, if there's one thing that you can count on, even animated now, like the lowest grossing Spider-Man movie is the first Spider-Verse movie, which still made like $300-some million, which is insane for the budget it was on, or 304. Yeah, Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse.
Really?
Yeah, it was the lowest grossing Spider-Man movie, but that one was kind of a sleeper.
And the best one.
That one was a sleeper. People didn't expect anything, and ended up being this huge thing. And the second movie made a ton of money. So every Spider-Man movie makes a crap ton of money. The MCU Spider-Man movies make a bill, at worst.
Billy.
So it's like, do you have to show that stuff to market it? I don't think so. People are going to come in and watch this. But clearly they felt otherwise. It was also during COVID, so maybe they felt pressure of getting people in the theater to watch. So they put that in there. Again, the leaks were pretty big. So, but overall, like, I was worried coming in, like, all right, is this like so nostalgia bait, like reliant,
and it is,
that it will suffer?
And it is, but in the best way.
It is, yeah, it definitely is. But it's still really fun, and it does have consequence. Like, you end up where we end is like, there it is. We've gotten to Spider-Man. Like, we've gotten to down on his luck, has nothing to his name, just himself, his shitty apartment in New York,
his shitty suit,
and his homemade suit against the world, right? Like, that, we get to that. And we also get some redemption. Like, Andrew Garfield gets some redemption. Like, you know, I've talked about the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Not a big fan of them, especially that second one. But I always did like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Didn't love the Peter Parker that he was based on, which is, you know, was a little more modern of a Peter Parker. But still really enjoyed Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone's chemistry. And I felt like he got the short end of the stick with how bad that second movie was, because Sony was just trying to make a Sinister Six movie.
I thought it was funny, too, how, like, the movie also talks about, like, it mentions him and Emma Stone's
Gwen Stacy
several times, and, like, in real life, they actually dated.
Were dating, yeah, at the time.
And I don't think he wanted to break up. So it was funny that they kept mentioning that.
Yeah. But him... Yeah, he kind of is a standout. Andrew Garfield is kind of the standout. Like, he gets to have fun again. And so I was like, I'm really happy that he got to have this moment, because, he's the only one that didn't get a third movie. You know, so
I hope I hope that he'll be, like, I don't know. I would love to see him come back again, but.
Well, you know, based on the momentum, it's kind of seemed like, hey, maybe Sony's got something here where they can take this and use him for other things. They never did that, but...
I also just think, obviously, Willem Dafoe and... what's his name?
Alfred Molina.
They really stand out, too.
They still got
it. Like, it's crazy. Like, it feels like they just came straight out of the early 2000s back into this movie. Like... God, I love Willem Dafoe. I love that man.
Great. They abandoned the Power Rangers mask early in that movie with him, and it's just all him, and he's just going all in on that.
I also like that this movie isn't like just a bad guy showing up and trying to do bad. Like, they got put there, and it's kind of them just trying to force their way back, get him to be, you know, forced back into their timeline.
Because because we haven't really talked about Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange does kind of become an antagonist in this movie for Spider-Man. You know, they have this back and forth where Doctor Strange reluctantly decides to help Peter. Peter starts to screw up the spell. Things go crazy, and then Doctor Strange is like, yo, we just got to send them back, and they got to die. If they die, they die. Send them back. Spider-Man's like, well, no, man, that's messed up. So they do have
Which he does stay getting on my nerves in this movie.
Yeah, so they have that kind of back and forth, but you get that kind of Spider-Man, you know, moral dilemma thing here, and it does end up kind of biting Spider-Man in the ass in this movie because it leads to the death of Aunt May.
Which, watching it back, her death did make me sad, but again, I didn't feel that connected to her character. Like, I really didn't. I wasn't, like, devastated by it. I was just kind of like, I knew she would end up dead.
We're also in a post-Endgame world, too, so there's a lot of stuff with her character they kind of go over, like her running the homeless shelter, or the food pantry / shelter with Feast. That's a big part of her character in certain adaptations of Spider-Man, especially the Spider-Man video game, which would have released around a similar time. Her running Feast, they show that, but you know they never really go into like why she's really into that, or like showing Peter helping out there at all. Like there's not much connection for really that front, so which is a missed opportunity to really establish this Aunt May in this universe. Yeah,
I think if they were gonna establish her, it should have been like the first one.
Yeah,
and they just really don't.
They did it a little bit in the second one because she does have the fundraiser stuff, but again, it's this guy. And then there's also the happy romance stuff. They have that.
Yeah, but that's also like ends up being pointless.
Kind of being whatever.
And
I do like Jon Favreau, and rewatching. I'm like, oh, you know, I forgot about Happy Hogan, and like, I'm like, okay, yeah, him being here and him being this kind of balance to Peter. I'm like, okay, yeah, this being maybe like the stand-in mentor type person. Like, yeah, this is nice, but. I feel like we get a better connection between them than
him and
Aunt May.
I
which
agree.
Is like...
It's like, why is that? Why is that?
Yeah.
I also feel like he constantly is, like, reminiscing on Tony Stark, too. And it's, you know, I
which
don't know.
makes sense.
It makes sense, but
I
don't like that he has more of a connection to them than his actual aunt.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. And so I feel like they could have used her more, but...
Yeah. But it leads to that.
Dead, so...
And it leads to Peter being down on his luck, and he's, you know... But then there's the other Spider-Man. They show up. We see Toby back. He's, you know, old head, unk status, however you want to put it. He shows up.
I also love how...
or weathered.
I also really love the scene where Andrew Garfield is introduced, because they're like, oh, there he is, Peter. Peter, like, yelling for him, and then he jumps through, and it's like... We knew it wasn't... Yeah, like... I wish that had not been
got
spoiled.
A crazy reaction in the theater.
Yeah.
People were cheering and freaking out.
But I love that scene.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and then it was fun moments, funny moments, and overall was still fun. There's kind of movie, comic book goofiness, like he has this fabricator that just builds shit. You know, just like conveniently build stuff that Spider-Man needs to fix the villains. You know, Peter's not really building it himself. It's just this Stark tech that's like printing out whatever to fix, you know, Doc Ock's inhibitor chip and a new Goblin serum and the stuff for Electro. Like, there's like the MacGuffin builder, I guess. There is some kind of comic book goofiness with that, but you know, I know what I'm in for. Like, I'm not like gonna, like, we all know what this was. Like, this was the movie to bring all of these Spider-Man on screen together.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm glad they did, honestly, because it does work. It does work, and it still holds up.
Still fun, and again, where it ends is like, all right, here we go. We didn't mention the big cameo at the beginning of the movie. with your boy that you're repping right now.
I'm wearing this. I put this on before filming this because I'm manifesting that he will be in the next Spider-Man movie. And hopefully not just for 5 seconds. We will see. I did see a clip. I mean, he ends up in prison at the end of Daredevil. Correct?
Season 2. Spoilers for Season 2. Oh my goodness.
That people have definitely watched that by now.
Yes.
And I've been seeing clips of him filming the next season of Daredevil, and he's not in prison at all. So he gets out somehow. So I'm really hoping that something in the Spider-Man movie.
I have theories.
I really hope.
Let's rate the No Way Home before.
And I have seen scenes of Tom Holland in a jail.
Let's rate No Way Home before we get into Brand New Day.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
9.5 out of 10. It's really good. To me, that movie felt very, like, I could watch that one again and again, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I probably had, I did really like Far From Home, but I do think, man, maybe it is nostalgic reasons, but whatever. Like, I do think I enjoyed my time with No Way Home more. So I'd give it a 9. I think they did. I think if everything had been kept a secret, maybe this would have been
it would have
10
been
for me.
Yeah, it would have been just.
So it does lose a little bit. You know, some of the villains they brought over didn't have as much to do, like the Lizard. Like, what the hell did he really do? Sandman, I kept mentioning it, but Sandman the actor wasn't even actually there. They like reused footage from Spider-Man 3, which I noticed. So that was weird. I guess COVID stuff, but yeah, I would give it a 9.
All right, well, to get into the new movie, which I'm so excited to watch. We are going to go watch the movie in
Screen X.
Screen X. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Never watched one, and I also wear glasses and have astigmatism. So I do feel like it is going to fuck with my head quite a bit.
It'll probably be a little weird. Yeah. It'll probably be a little weird viewing experience. I think we are going to be more toward the back, if I remember right. So maybe that'll help out. But
we're the very back. So I pick the seats.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see if that enhances the experience. We've never done that before. Mm-hmm. We've gone to the more premium screens, but not this. And apparently this movie was made for this.
Film for it. That's what they're claiming.
That means. Yeah.
But, I really hope to see Daredevil in it. That's my one.
And we have the Punisher. We know that.
We have the Punisher, but I'd rather see Daredevil. Honestly, it's weird because I want to wrap this video up, but I kept seeing people say that, like, Tom Holland apparently went on, like, Reddit threads to see what people wanted to see, and I'm like, and you didn't say that we want Daredevil? Because maybe that's what we want.
I have a hard time believing that the Hand shows up and Daredevil is not involved. I just have a very hard time believing that. Because the Hand, that's who he's fighting. I mean, he's got all the ninja people.
I just feel like Frank to be like, I know a guy who can help us.
Yeah.
Let's get him.
Yeah, but he's in prison.
Let's get him.
We got to get him out. I mean, I just have a hard time believing, like, why bring the Hand if you're not going to do that? And, like, not to get on a tangent, but, like, fucking hate the Hand. I just did not care for that storyline in the Netflix series. So if you're going to bring it in, you might as well really incorporate it and get the two of them together. But
yeah. So that's my one wish.
We'll see what happens.
That is my one wish, my one hope. If it doesn't happen, I will leave that theater very disappointed.
Yeah.
And apparently there's only one post-credit scene. That's
the last movie before
there's one.
Doomsday.
So don't sit around waiting for the last one. Watch all them damn credits and hope there is one. Because there won't be.
Yeah.
There's one. I guess I don't know when it'll play. But I'm just saying, if it already happens right after, don't wait longer. I just
Or just watch the credits. It's
I
fine.
can't wait. I really hope Daredevil is introduced. Like I said, just seeing the clips of them filming the next season of Daredevil, it makes me think he has to be in this at some point. He just has to be. And I saw that
Teasing us.
what?
Teasing us.
They are. And I saw that they cut the girl from Daredevil scenes. I told you this earlier. What was her name?
Rosario Dawson.
She was apparently
Claire.
in the movie, and they cut her scenes out. That also makes me think Daredevil has to be in this movie. He just has to be.
Or it's all the Defenders show up.
No, we want Daredevil specifically.
But yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the last, and there's other potential appearances. I think a lot of the cameos will just be kind of a montage thing because people are like, there's going to be so many villains in this movie. I think it'll just be because, like, we see Scorpion, but, like, I think a lot of that's just going to be montage. I don't think we're going to spend 20 minutes on 5 different Spider-Man villains. I think it'll just be him going through the city. Oh,
Yeah.
look, it's Big Wheel or whatever.
Big
Obviously
Wheel.
not Big Wheel. But, oh, look, the Rhino. Like, I just think it'll be
Yeah.
that, and he's just, ribbing with them and bantering with them and taking them out.
But I am so excited to watch it. I can't wait. I literally cannot wait. This week couldn't go by quicker. I'm so excited for the weekend to watch it. I just cannot wait.
It'll be fun.
I'm going to wear this shirt to the theaters, I think, because I'm manifesting Double D, baby. Better see this Devil Daddy.
I got my Spider-Man jersey ready. We're going to go screen exit up.
I can't wait. Hopefully people watch this video and it's just a little recap. I really wanted to do a little recap just in case you don't want to watch the last movies, but you want to know a little bit about what happens. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully this is short enough that you'll watch it and click on it. Click. You good?
Sounds good.
Also, you can see no desk behind us anymore. Ben moved upstairs. He got a new job. So I want to include that because our last video I talked about that.
Yep.
So
And
I want to
maybe
move all the Legos behind
eventually-
us.
Eventually, we might get a different setup situation where we
And then we can make
Work,
more videos and
have
hopefully
maybe our own table or something.
Yeah, hopefully we're entertaining. I would love to just be like relaxing on a couch back here though.
That way we're
Like,
not crammed up in front of the computer.
Yes, because I'm
So-
big backed.
But yeah,
But yeah,
fun things on the way. I don't know what's next on the plan for us. I mean, there's all kinds of movies and shows we've seen since our last video. Maybe we'll do like
Yeah.
a little recap or something. But
we've watched a lot of movies, and we'll watch the movie this Sunday, and we'll come back for a
the
recap
big
on that.
review. Yeah. Yep. Add another another movie to the
Yes,
list of movies
we've
we've
also
seen.
been watching X-Men
97.
97, and
All caught up on that.
I'm also really excited for Doomsday, even though it looks like a hot fucking mess. It'll just be fun to see characters.
Speaking of Cameo Fest,
Yeah, it does look a mess.
also don't know anything about that movie either.
It looks insane. It looks like too much happening, but Gambit will be there.
Yeah. Yes, he will. Dang, dang.
The X-Men will be there.
They
And you know who
certainly will be
else?
there. Yep. Yep.
They'll be there.
Yep. So that'll
But
be
yeah.
an event later in December. So
Yep.
all right.
All right. Well, something's making weird noise over here, so.
We will go ahead and call it off, and if you have any
And,
thoughts,
yeah, let me know.
theories, anything like that, feel free to add to the comments. We'll be looking out. So we'll see you
Yeah.
you guys on the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.